All right, day 12, we're rolling with Tony. So this was the end of class, and we had to get in 4 rolls. I think Tony was my third roll. So I pull guard, and as you can see right here, he grabs a hold of my pant cuff, which I should have immediately broke, but I didn't. And you'll see here, I believe Tony does kind of a leg drag here. Yep. So I should have scooted and said I was kind of letting him take that knee cut pass. And then I do this a little bit of attempt here to hold on to his foot here. See where I'm pointing? Sometimes what I do is I hold on it to let it build up pressure and then slingshot him backwards. But Tony was wise to that one. Now I'm going to get my feet in front of me, hopefully to get a double sleeve, but Tony is kind of getting me into headquarters. We got a couple white belts walked in front of us here. I'll pay for that later. Anyways, I got a little lasso spider sweep here. Well, let's reverse that and go back to it. Alright, I had the lasso on, and I go to kick him over. Right here would have been the perfect time to throw on a triangle that Coach Moran showed earlier this week, but I didn't think of it. Tony drags my feet over here. I think I'm going to do a sleeve, kind of a sleeve push here. He stays on top of me, so I decide I'm going to roll him over, but Tony's sticky. He lets go of my sleeve and I come up. Now I want to work back over to the center of the video, and so I kind of roll through to get back into a guard. Here I go into a reverse De La Hiva, and what I'm going to do is extend my right foot to kick him over. I was hoping he'd base, then I could come out the back door, but he didn't. He just fell over onto his leg. Now here I want to work into my 50-50, so I'm going to scoop up his leg and jump into a 50-50, thinking about taking his back here. So I want to get him over onto his right side, but Tony keeps me going to the side that's good for him. I kick my leg out. I need to switch and grab his sleeve, his right sleeve with my left hand, and put my left foot into his bicep to free up my right foot. Now here I want to kind of pull him and slingshot him to take us back. And I kind of get it. I lock my feet around him in a triangle, and he just kind of falls over. I should have came up and swept him and came up to the side, because I could have kicked my right foot free. But now Tony's basing up, and he's starting to get a little bit higher than me, so I need to get my hips above him in order to prevent the sweep. But that didn't work. So now I have Tony in half guard, but I'm trying to work out of constantly falling back to half guard, so I want to try to get to a double sleeve. And right here I just see an open elbow. I grab it, which is my Kimura. Slow roll to a Kimura trap to the back. And then from here, you can't see it's off camera, but I'm feeding his right lapel to my left hand. And then I'm sneaking my right hand kind of under like an Ezekiel choke. And I'm just kind of slowly applying pressure. We have him in a scissor position in Ezekiel choke. I don't think Tony won the tap here. So I think I reset. So we're starting to get a little close to the guys to our right here. So we reset. I go back to the Kimura here. I'm going to sit back to an armbar. Tony gets my foot over his head. And I just Just let him rock up a little bit. Work to get the hands open. I have my feet closed around his arm so he can't get his elbow to the ground, and I get the tap for the arm bar. Tony and I are going to reset. We don't need our belts. Sticky feet. Tony's working to north-south here. I feel him starting to get ready to put on like a paper cutter choke. So I'm trying to control his left hand. He does a great job of removing that grip. He's got his right hand underneath my right arm and on my collar. And now I'm just going to off balance a little bit. Try to get my knees in, some frames in. Trying to catch my breath down here. Tony does this little thing where he tries to pull me to take his back, but I get some frames on him, spin around, pull him into my guard. I like to say I do that all the time. I don't. It's something we went over in class this week too. And here I'm just going to work back to double sleeve. I'm thinking about taking him up and over to get a sweep, but Tony just sits back and keeps his center of gravity low. I think that ends the round. So, thanks for watching. This is day 12. One last attempt to pass my guard, and that's it. Thanks, Tony.